Okay, so today we'll be looking at how to invest, right? There's a lot of things that can make you money. Like for instance, we are going to be, how am I going to do this? For instance, let's just say one is getting paid 15,000, right? So from 15,000, we want to know, I have a statement that says being productive is not measured by being behind the desk. One can be in the streets and still be making more money than someone in a suit and tie, right? So how are we planning on doing this? Time is money. That's the first thing that you need to understand. If time is money, let's divide this, right? Let's divide this day by 30 days, this amount, 30 days, which means if you're earning 15,000, your day is worth 500 Rand a day, which your time is worth 500 Rand, right? Then you divide this by 9 hours, 9 working hours every single day, which means your hour is worth 55 Rand. After every hour, if you're working at a bank, they will come and tell you, you're a genius. Here is your 55 Rand each and every hour. If you are really a genius, trust me, you can't be making 55 Rand per hour. You need to figure out how to be productive and how to make money without having to be behind the desk or calling someone a boss. Okay, so we've looked at that. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's look at someone, for instance, who is selling, who cuts hair, right? Let's say you went to school for 5 years, you graduated. After graduating, you are getting paid 15,000 per month, right? That's if you have experience. But according to my research and the people that I'm close with, people at a bank are not earning 15,000. They're earning 14 point something, 13 point something, after having 5 years of experience, right? So now, what we're going to do today is that we want side hustles, right? That can give you money while you're still at home, right? So, or even while you're unemployed. Let's look at another one. Let's say someone who is cutting hair, Okunda, right? Cutting hair, it depends. Like I always say, everything depends on how much is your time worth. You can be good at cutting hair and still charge 40 Rand. You can be sucking at cutting hair and charge 150, right? For instance, where I cut, the guy is crazy, right? But he knows how to cut hair though. He knows how to cut hair, but he charges ridiculous amounts, right? So now let's look at this. Let's just say an average person, one head you're charging 50 Rand. How many heads can you cut in 1 hour? Let's just keep it at 2 times 2, which is 50 times 2 per hour, right? Okay, let's equals, no. We want to say 50 times 2 people per hour. That's a barber, which gives us 100 Rand. After 100 Rand, how many hours does a barber work? Let's just say times 9 hours, which means this guy just made himself 900 Rand a day. Let's multiply this by 90 days or 30 days, sorry. This guy is making 27,000. If he's a genius, this guy, he would hire someone and another person so that there's traffic coming in, which means this 27 can be done in how many what? In a month, if you multiply it by 2, if he hires 3 people, this guy can make roughly how much? He can make 27,000 times 2, which means this guy is starting to make more than someone who works at a bank, or 2 times or 3 times the people at a bank. Not everyone is going to cut hair. Obviously, there are some who are doing nails and other things, but it's fine. Let's look at someone who's selling chicken dust in the streets, right? One chicken, 5 chickens, they go for how much? 250 rand. 250. That's equal to what? To 5 full chickens, right? 250. Keep that number in mind, right? 1/4 chicken, how much does it cost? I'm asking you, how much does a quarter chicken cost? Provided this guy has fried it, done all these funny things, and now is giving it to you. How much does this guy charge? You realize this guy charges you 50 rand, which means if 1/4 chicken with pap and other stupid things is charging you 50 rand, which means if he sells 4 of the quarters, which is 1 full chicken, this guy has made himself, is about to replace his money that he used to buy the chickens. So which means, let's just say a 1/4 gives you how much? 200 rand. How many chickens did this guy buy? 5 for 250. Bear in mind, which means 200 times 5 full chickens. Since 1 chicken gives you 200, this guy is sitting on how much? On 1,000 rand. Already sitting on 1,000 rand, provided this guy doesn't go, is going to sell only 5 chickens the whole day, of which that is close to impossible because this guy is going to sell even more. I know guys who are frying chickens who sell 2 times, 3 times that number that I've mentioned, which is 5. Some they sell 10, some they sell 15, 20. It depends, right? So, okay. So this is 1,000 rand being made by what? From selling 5 full chickens. Let's subtract 250 minus 250 that he used to buy the chickens. This guy is sitting on 750. Let's subtract how much? Let's subtract 100 rand for the spices and other things that are not making sense. This guy is sitting on 650 per day, provided he sold how many chickens? 5 only. Let's multiply this. Multiply 650 times 30 days. This guy is making 19,500. He's not taking taxes to go to work. He's not doing this. There is no lunch involved because this guy is going to be eating whatever is cooking. There is more to come. Should this guy be smart, this guy can go crazy, right? This guy can become a multi-millionaire from selling chickens. Why am I saying so? Because if this guy is smart and then he plants other chickens all over, this guy is going to make a lot of money. If he hires people to work for him, he can multiply this number and say, okay, I'm hiring 5 people, all of them, they have to be bringing me how much? 19.5 per month, provided everyone is selling 5 full chickens per day in different locations. This guy has already started becoming a successful entrepreneur. So which means if he multiplies this by 5 people, which means this guy is starting to make 97,500 rand per day, per month. These are side hustles. I always tell people that being productive is not measured by being behind the desk or wearing a suit and a tie. You can be in a suit and tie and still be broke. Okay. These are numbers. Numbers don't lie. This is how you calculate as an entrepreneur. Okay, we are done with that side hustle. Another side hustle that does not need you to have a degree, that you can make more money than someone who has a degree. For instance, let's take into consideration, it's just that a lot of people now, when they come out of university, they have to be glued towards getting that specific job. They don't understand that university opens your mind for you to think, now this is the real world, outside world. Hustle now. It's time for you to hustle, right? How best can you sell your services, right? Before I talk about what do you call this thing? Before I talk about YouTube, right? I want to talk about Life is controlled by demand and supply. If you don't know that, you're going to be in trouble. You are always going to miss the point. Life revolves around demand and supply. Now, at this point, I'm saying, what are you buying at the moment? And what are you hoping forward to sell? Someone who came with the word education is key to success. That was a statement for selling his product, which was education. Everyone bought into that, and people are jumping into education is not wrong. It's not wrong, 100%. Education is key to success, right? But the question is, what are you educating me on? Someone who comes to me and teaches me how to hold a ball and pass it to the next person is educating me. Should I practice on that? I will become a Messi of this world. If someone comes and teaches me something, like I said, education is teaching and learning. If someone comes and teaches me how to control my vocal cords, I'm going to be the Jay-Z of this world. I'm going to make money. Education is key to success. I can educate myself. I can be educated by someone. At the end of the day, knowledge is power. But applied knowledge is king. That's one thing that you need to know. So at this point in time, a lot of people, they don't understand that when you're going to university, you are buying a product. You went to school to buy a product which is called a degree. This product, you are hoping to sell it to someone else who is called the manager, which means it's demand and supply. Like I said, the world is controlled by demand and supply. If you don't understand the fact that you went to school to buy a degree and you're saying you are chasing passion, you're an idiot. Why? Because when you went to school, they charged you, which means when you come out, simply because you're now seeing that things are crashing, you now say, nah, I'm going to do this because this is what I love. It was never about what you love. It was about money in the first from the word go, everything was about money. The question is, do you understand? Or you're one of those people who are glued to saying education is key to success. A book needs to help me to make money. You can be behind the desk and still be not making money. You can work for a company for 25 years and still be broke. That's one thing that you need to understand. So this product called a degree is something that you need to sell to someone else. A lot of people, they have the product, which is called a degree. But because it's about demand and supply, your degree is not in a place where it's a demand. You are still stuck and unemployed. Then the question is, what other products can you buy and sell? What other products, since you have already bought a degree, why are you not opening your eyes towards starting something on the side? If you are not looking at things the way I'm doing now, you are bound to crash. I hope you understand. It's a demand and supply issue. So a lot of people, they tend to be ignorant and say, you know, I love this is what I love, and you're getting paid 2 rands. How much is your time worth? We are going to look at that also. Okay, so at the moment, now that we are done with this department, now we are moving on to saying which other side hustle can pay you more than a degree. There's what we call YouTube. Okay, let's ask Siri. How much? Okay. Okay. It's fine. So when you are checking on your YouTube channel, YouTube pays you roughly, I think, 20 cents per advert, right? How much does YouTube pay?
According to Mint, Intuit, with the average YouTube pay rate hovering between 1 cent and 3 cents for an ad view, a YouTuber can make around $18 per 1,000 ad views, which comes out to $3 to $5 per 1,000 video views.
Okay, perfect. So which means per 1,000 views that are on autopilot, all you have to do is open a channel and talk about anything, man. There's a lot of things you can talk about: marriage, how to keep a marriage, or you can talk about toxic relationships, how they affected you. You can talk about your past, how things were. You can talk about how to teach people how to make nails, how to do all these things. Talk about something. I know you have something that you can talk about. Teach people something. You can talk about Forex. Boom, I'm teaching you about Forex. You can teach someone about, for instance, how to keep a relationship. Okay, how to identify a toxic relationship. Okay, how to start your own business. Okay, how to, quit your job and still make it in life. If you're, what do you have to offer? All you have to do is sit behind the camera on your phone, talk to someone. Someone needs to hear you. They are going to view it. When they view it, they pay you. It's not that deep. So according to my question, what I've seen here is that YouTube pays you $5 per 1,000 views. Let's just say, for instance, you are like Simon Petty. Simon Petty is a university student, right? You know Simon Petty, she makes jokes. She's from South Africa. So this lady, whenever she posts a video, it goes crazy to 80-something thousand views. So should people remember, 5 seconds is considered as a view, whereby you fail. If you forget to just click next while the advert is happening, they count that as a view, which means per 1,000 views, she's making $5. So now let's say, since she's making 80,000, she reaches 80 with one video. Remember, this lady can post 5-6 videos in a day. Right now, let's ask ourselves, let's multiply this. Since she makes $5 per 1,000, let's say 5 times 80, since there's 80,000. This lady makes $400 out of adverts only. She makes how much? $400 from 80,000 views. You have to grow your account up until people are now viewing all over. That's the nice part about internet. So you have $400, which is multiplied by 15, which is this lady every single day, she makes 6,000. If she can reach more than that, which means she's on a crazy amount of money. Let's just say she doesn't reach that amount. Let's say she doesn't. Let's just say every video that she posts, she makes how many? We're talking about a day. This 6,000 is coming from a day. Bear that in mind. Okay, we are saying, should she not reach that level, how much? Okay, let's just say whenever she posts a video, she gets 6,000 views per video. Divided by 1,000, which is 6 times 5. Which means this lady makes $30. Multiply this by 5. By 30, sorry, 30 days. Nah. She makes 5. Let's say she's making 6,000 views per video, of which she makes more than that. We all know, Simon Petty. So which means 6, let's delete 6 times $5 per 1,000, right? Now she makes $30. Multiply this by what? By 15. That's the rate. This lady makes 450 per video. So now the question is, how many more videos can she create in a day? If she creates 2 and all of them, they reach that amount of views, which means we are going to multiply this by 2 videos per day, 900 Rand. Multiply this by 15, by 30 days. This lady makes 27,000. Sorry, before you multiply this, it's 27,000. I made a mistake and multiplied it by 30. She makes 27,000 per month. This explains why I bumped into this lady at a hotel and she said, I pay my own. I take myself out. I can afford to. I don't need a blesser. She's a student. That's how you start being productive as a student. I hope people understand that productivity is not measured by how cool, how your English sounds, how smart you think you are. Numbers don't lie. If you're smart, smart people make money. Idiots are calculating a lot of things. Stop complicating this thing. Stick to basics. Put pride aside. You can be proud and broke at the same time. I always tell people that you can still be proud and broke at the same time. You can have pride, yet your numbers are not coming out. Okay. So that's one thing that you need to know, right? These are side hustles that can make you a lot of money, right? Apart from other things. Another thing is buying and selling stuff. You have to look for someone who is selling something at a cheaper price, buy it and sell it. Whatever that someone is selling, as long as if it's making sense to you, buy it, put markup there, then you make profits. It's not that deep. But a lot of people, because they are now used to calling boss, say, and then you are getting paid small money. This is a challenge that I want you to calculate that a lot of people don't do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I'm going to say, you remember when you were, let's say for instance, if someone would say, oh, come this side, let me give you a piece job. I want you to start putting a time frame and understanding that time is money. So now when someone comes to you and say, hey, my guy, please assist me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If it was a piece job, how much would you charge that person? I want you to be honest. Let's say someone comes and says, hey, I want you to clean my house. Come clean my house. If I'm to come now and say, hey, clean my house, or come clean my room, I'm going to give you 30 rand. Is it making sense? If I'm to say, come clean my house the whole day, how much would you charge me? If I were to ask you to do something for me, like cleaning the house, washing plates and other things, how much would you charge me for that? And if your answer is more than 100 rand, that's how much your time is worth per hour. So now the question is, what are the things that you can start doing today in such a way that you start making money? I'm not sure if it's making sense. For instance, a lot of us are working. We are getting paid 7,000. Divide, time is money. There's no holidays. There's no weekends to a human being. That is a scam. You are scamming yourself. Divide this by 30. You just told me that your day is worth 233 rands if you are to go and work the whole day. But someone who is working a piece job, when they're done, they ask for how much? 250 cutting grass. I want 250 for cutting grass. How long did it take you? Maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. How on earth did you admit to getting paid 233 rand per day? Because 9 hours, that's Jesus. Divide this by 9 hours, 9 working hours. How much is your hour worth? Which means every hour when you're getting paid 7,000, your boss comes to you and say, my guy, you are a real genius. You are a genius. Here is your 25 rand. Isn't that insult to your intelligence? How on earth do you get paid 25 rand? Even I myself, if you send me to the shops, I would refuse. You yourself, if I'm to say, my guy, come this side, I'm going to send you to the shops. When you come back, I'll give you 25 rand. As old as you are, as smart as you think you are, would you take 25 rand? The answer is no. Simply because it's a white person. A white person won't come and tell you that I'm going to give you 25 rand. They will say, I'll give you 7,000 per month. Per month. But basically, when you're calculating, they just told you that you are going to be getting paid 25 rand per hour. Is that how much your time is worth? If the answer is no, I challenge you today. I'm saying start looking for side hustles that can pay you more than just waking up. You can wake up the whole year. And when we're looking at your numbers are not making sense, which means you're as good as somebody who just woke up the whole year, you were just playing with yourself. I always tell people that you need to, your first 100,000 is going to be hard work, pure hard work. Then your 1 million is going to be smart work. How are you planning on making $1 million with your mind? You need to start something, even if it's selling guineas. When you learn how to sell guineas, teach someone how to sell guineas, then that person teaches someone how to sell guineas. That's how you start a business. A lot of us, we have pride. That's why we are not moving forward. A lot of us, we have that thing of saying, what if it doesn't go my way? What if it does? What if it does? What, that one thing that you're scared to do, what if it does change your life? That's the only thing that is stopping you from becoming successful yourself. So you need to wake up. It's that time of the year whereby you need to wake up now and say, I have to put an end to this. I have to start something of my own. I don't know what it is. Another thing that pays us a lot, right, is what do you call this thing? There's Herbalife. Herbalife. Herbalife, you need to check on those things. How much are they paying you? I know it's commission. I love commission. You know why? Because commission doesn't limit my amount that I'm going to get. If I work hard, I get paid more. If I work less, I don't get paid. It's like that. It's that simple. And the nice part is that these guys, they provide you with the opportunity to grow with them. That's what you need. Stop crying about unemployment. Stop crying about people giving you a low salary. The only person who's letting you down is yourself. The question is, do you know how to make money? Or the only thing that you know is to spend money. If you know how to spend money, learn how to make money. Blow your own money. If you don't know how to make money, then how on earth are you expecting to blow money? Which means for the rest of your life, you're a survivor. Let's just say someone, I want you to calculate, I will make, I know a friend of mine who is working at a bank, so I'll use a bank. She's getting paid 14,500. Before deduction, before tax and other things, 14. Right? Okay, 14,000. This person, if she so happens to move to an apartment whereby she's getting paid, she's paying 6,000, pay 6,000. You need to stay in an apartment that is making a little bit of some sense because you are educated, Mus. 8,500. Subtract this money. Subtract how much? How much are you subtracting there? Let's subtract 2.5 for the house. I'm going to assume this person doesn't have a child. It's left with 6,000. Let's subtract money for fuel or for transport, which is 1,500. This person is left with 4,500. Let's take 1,000 for weaves and nails. This person is left with 3,500. Right? Okay. From this 3,500, what else can this person buy? If you so happen to buy something for your clothes, one sneaker or 2 t-shirts that can cost you 1.5, let's say a t-shirt every month, you have to spoil yourself. 3,500 minus 1,500 for clothes. You are left with 2,000. From this 2,000, what else is there that you can? There is lunch, your lunch at work, minus 900 rand for lunch. You are left with 1,100 rand. Should you have a child, this is money for Pampers, which means you're a survivor for the rest of your life. You're going through the same process time and again, time and again, time and again. I'm imagining how life is to someone who is earning less than 15,000. I just broke it down. And if you realize This is what I call a perfect scam, whereby I went to school for 5 years, come back, I'm getting paid 15,000, and I have to be a survivor. Now, this is where the bank comes in and say, come, my guy, you are still a freshman. We will borrow you money. Which means for the rest of my life, these guys are going to give me a loan for maybe 50,000 for a car, or even there's going to be something that I'm paying. If I so happen to decide to take a mortgage, these are the things that they don't tell you, because as you go up, the bank notices that you are getting promotions and other things, your money is coming through, they send you emails that they want to give you a mortgage. Then you are going to be excited. Oh, wow, I'm paying mortgage of 5,000 per month. They never tell you that should you miss 1 month, 3 months, they are taking the whole house. They are selling it to the next person. You are remaining with nothing after paying for 90 years. You missed 3 months, like COVID-19 came, people lost their jobs, a lot of people lost their houses there. Is that a life that you want? Or you need to start something now that is going to be generating money? That's how you create wealth. If you don't understand that, you're going to be working for the rest of your life for someone, and if you don't change that, it's a cycle that will repeat itself time and again, up and until you are very, very, very old. I challenge you today. I'm saying, just find something to do, man. Do something. Find a hustle that is going to generate. If you're making 8,000 rand per month, divide this by 30 days. 266. This is the starting point. We are saying, what can you do that can give you this amount per day? Can you cut hair? You will make this amount of money. Plaiting hair, you will make this amount of money. Doing nails, you will make this amount of money. What else? There's a lot more, man. Chickens, they make YouTube, you make this amount. Times, you make even more. So the question is, are you crying about unemployment, or you have to be blaming that person in your head and saying, why are you letting me down every single day? Why? Because that person is the one who is telling you what's good and what's bad. It's time you make a decision. It's time I challenge you today. I'm saying, open your eyes, sharpen your eyes for money. Then your life will change. But if you don't do such calculations, you are not smart. Don't claim to be smart. Intelligence is not measured by how good is your English. Numbers don't lie. These numbers that I'm looking at on the screen, they are the ones that are telling me that you are not smart. You claim to be, but you haven't started. You haven't started proving that you are intelligent. Intelligent people make money. Bill Gates makes money. Mark Zuckerberg, all of them, they don't have degrees. One thing that they have in common is a product which they are selling to every one of us. The question is, what product do you have? If you don't have a product, so which means I can safely say rest but for rest. Rest but for rest. You haven't started looking at numbers. You don't understand what you're doing. You don't see what's happening. All you think you're doing, you think you're productive, but you are busy. You are not productive. You're occupied. You wake up every single day, go to work, come back, go to work, come back, go to work, come back. But in my language, they say, chabuda, bana. We don't see the numbers. Numbers don't lie, buddy. Numbers don't lie. Apart from that, that's it from me. These are the side hustles that you can actually do that can make you money from home without taking a taxi, they don't need a lot of capital. The only thing that you have is an idea, pick it up, then you fly. It's never complicated. And I will never hide how I do things. Only a few people will share such calculations with you. But if you're smart, you look at it as a 6. If you're dumb, whatever that I was saying now, you're going to think it's a 9. Whoever looks at a 6 and a 9, and say this is the 6, this one says it's the 9. They are both right. It's just that this one is looking at this angle, this one is looking at this angle. They are both right. So even you, if you decide and say, I am poor, I am broke, same applies. You are not wrong, you are not right. You are looking at a 6, I'm looking at a 9. If you say you are broke, you will be broke. If you say you are rich, you're going to be rich. It all starts here. And the question is, do you see yourself making money? If the answer is yes, then forget about the people that you're still trying to impress. I always tell people that people who have money, they don't mind what someone else is doing. They don't have time. Now you're failing to start a business because you're afraid that your friends around you say, you are in that apartment that you hate, but you're still worried about your neighbor who is next to you. You are still in the wrong place if you're still worried about the next person, what they think. I doubt if my neighbors know my name. They don't give a shit who I am. They don't care. They don't care. I don't care who they are in the first place. All I want is money. They are making their money. I'm going to leave them. Even if I'm trying to impress them, I'm going to leave this place. I know I'm going to leave. I will leave this place. I'll go to another place, which is way nicer than this one. So the ones that were judging me from here, they won't see me. They will see me flying every single day. And they'll ask themselves, how? It's because I don't care what they think. Why do you care about what your Kasi friend thinks? Why does no one can say Kasi? The day you are going to move out, do whatever it takes to move out from that area. You'll see that when you're up there, you don't see these guys. They will just see you from Instagram, tweets, whatever they will be seeing you from. If you so happen to leave the country, go overseas, they will never see you again. So why are you bothered? If they're not going to contribute, if you are going to be able to have a child, why are you worried about them in the first place? The last words is the only person who is letting you down is yourself. You have to look yourself in the mirror every single day and say, you are letting me down and I'm tired of it. You have to be tired sometimes for you to make it. Apart from that, that's it from me. And thank you very much. The name is Bonimbi.